Hey everyone. Well, cheat day is over. However, I still think this information is important, mostly just for reference of history's sake, because I was looking at my other cheat day videos and I didn't say this information until now, so I'm going to say it now. Today I weighed 161.2. And that will be interesting to look back on when I weigh myself tomorrow, for which I'm pretty sure I gained quite a decent amount of weight, but we'll have to wait and see about that. Alright, well, this cheat day was pretty good, I would say. When I woke up at around 6:30 in the morning, I greeted my mom and I asked her if she was up to go to the pastry shop that we wanted to go to, and she agreed. So I immediately got dressed in my clothes that I felt comfortable going out, especially in such cold weather in the morning. And one of the things I realized was I hadn't tried a pair of pants on in a while that I decided to put on. And the last time I put on this pair of pants, I couldn't really fit well in it. I was like being constricted by it. But now, it fits really well. So, that's just proof that the diet is working. And that's great. Waistline is shrinking, baby. So, once I got ready and got everything I needed, I drove my mom to the pastry shop and we picked up some pastries there. We picked up two cherry and cream cheese danishes, one spinach puff. We picked up a strawberry cream donut. We also got a hot dog wrapped in a bun, and what else did we get? We got this special pie that we've never tried before that we would later find out what it tasted like, which was quite interesting. And then the last thing we got was a chocolate pastry. So there was chocolate inside of it. Once we got everything we wanted, we went up to the front desk and got our items. The guy who got us our order in order seemed pretty nice. And I told him it was my cheat day and we were going crazy. And he said, like, go all the way. I was like, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So, had the food in the box, or pastries, and my mom said, well, I asked her if it'd be alright if she could drive us home. Like I drove there, that she drives us back, so that's what happened. And when we got back, I reheated the pastries in our air fryer, 350 for 5 minutes. Degrees for 5 minutes. And I poured a cup of coffee with 2 espresso shots. We read the 1-year Bible together, and as we were reading it, we were eating the pastries. And overall, we really enjoyed the spinach pastry. We thought that one was very savory, very flavorful. The other pastries were good. Honestly, though, I felt like they were a bit on the blandish sweet side. I mean, don't get me wrong, they weren't like terrible or anything, but you know, I like a lot of character in my food, and if I don't get a lot of character in it's food that tastes like it's trying to be safe and a little on the bland side, then I'm gonna be a little annoyed about it, not gonna lie. So yeah, all the sweets, I mean, it's not like they were terrible, it's just I wish they were better. They were good. They were fine. They were fine. The donut was decent. The cream was a little too puffy. The cherry was decent. The cream cheese was a little overwhelming, and the cherry didn't have enough tartness, in my opinion. My opinion, the chocolate had a little too much sugar in it, in the chocolate pastry. And the hot dog, it just tasted like a cheap hot dog thrown in a bun, and it didn't really have any character to it. Like, put some spice or something in there to make it stand out a little more. I don't know. Yeah. But overall, we still enjoyed ourselves, and we did have a good time, so that was nice. When my mom and I were done reading the 1-year Bible, she needed to get ready and leave for work. So when she left, I decided to go use the restroom, and after I was done, my sister was up. I greeted her, and then I told her about little escapade I had with my earphones. Like, I thought I broke them, and I was going to buy a new pair, but I found out that they were really expensive, the ones I wanted. So I found refurbished ones that were half the price, but those were still pretty expensive. And then miracle happened. I take these earbuds out and they end up working just fine. So I was giving myself the rigmarole for nothing, I suppose. But hey, at least I canceled the orders and got my money back, so that's nice. However, this earbud in particular, it didn't get a good glue when I opened it last time to replace the battery, because the last time I opened it, the battery was dying and it needed a new one. But I didn't give it enough glue to close it and properly seal it. So I pretty much did that for like a whole hour. I lightly opened it, I had to scratch off all the old glue, then I had to squeeze the glue from like a little packet that was designed for electronics, like the one I was working with. I had to lightly dapple it in there and then squeeze it as hard as I could and then leave it alone. It was a process, that's for sure. Well, then our mom showed up, me and my sister, and we decided to go spend our carb-fueled day at Olive Garden because we hadn't been there in a while and we wanted to give it a shot. So we went there, and when we got there, we had to wait like 10 minutes, and we had a nice time as a family. When we got our seats, the overall experience was good. I mean, although my mom did have a little issue with an order. She wanted to get raviolis, and on the paper it said, would you like meat sauce or just regular marinara sauce? And she wasn't reminded or specified that item had meat sauce or marinara sauce by our waiter, who was like a guy who looked to be in his like mid-20s, I would say, like 25, 26. And she thought that wasn't as strong service, but we still gave him a good tip because he did really good in every other aspect, but yeah, I got what do you call that with the noodles with the cheese sauce on it? I forget. But it's like noodles with white cheese sauce and shrimp and scallops. And before I ate that, I had a chicken cream soup with dumplings in it. I have to say, I liked the chicken cream soup with dumplings. I thought that was really good. But the noodle dish, I wasn't too crazy about. I ate the whole thing, and by the end it felt like I was really kind of forcing it in my body, but it was just really one note in my opinion. Like, and something about the way the seafood tasted, like the shrimp and the scallops, just was too seafoody, if that makes sense. Like, it didn't taste bad in terms of like, oh, they gave me expired food, but it tasted in a way where like I could tell that seafood, in my, like, it, nothing really worked together, It all just kind of felt like all different bland worlds coming together to unite in ultimate blandness. It was disappointing. My sister got something called like the five cheese. I forget the name, but something about five cheeses. And my mom got the raviolis with marinara sauce. I got what I got with Coke Zero. Everyone else got water. And their dishes, in my opinion, were more flavorful, and they were much cheaper. Mine was like $23 just to throw shrimp and scallops in there on a dish that probably cost at most like $5 to $7 to prepare. But I know why they crank up the price to keep the business running and have all the employees paid and all that. But still, you're paying for that amount of money for this dish. You're expecting a little more, and you get something that's disappointing, and it's making you even more disappointing because it's your cheat day and it's supposed to be your celebratory victory lap for sticking to a diet and trying to be good to yourself, and it just didn't really hit at all. And I didn't really think it was worth that much money. Now I'm looking back on it. I liked the bread though. The bread was really good. It kind of reminded me of Crazy Bread from Little Caesars, but slightly more sophisticated somehow. But yeah, we had our meal. It was pretty good. And then we went for a walk around the area. We went into like a pet store. We went into a Japanese store. We went into a a home arts and crafts store. We were just perusing, looking around. Something about eating all that sauce and noodles made me need to use the restroom for a little bit, so I did that. As I was doing that, I was watching a video of a guy talking about the new OpenAI Sora 2 technology that's currently available only for iOS users for some reason. Not exactly sure why they limited it to people who have Apple phones. That's an odd decision, but oh well. And overall, I would say that the results are really impressive for Sora 2, and makes me wonder what crazy things people are going to come up with it, for sure. Well, after I was done watching that and doing my business getting out, we just continued to walk around, went to the pet store, and we perused, looked at different pets, and my sister got some crickets for her pet tarantula spider named Cheeto, and then we arrived back home. And I was so low on energy, probably from not eating carbs for such a long time, and then eating carbs and my body having some sort of blood glucose spike at me crashing. I just spent like the rest of the time when we got home like going on my bed and just chilling, and eventually I got so bored I decided to see if I could use Google VO3 AI image generation or video generation and image generation from ChatGPT 4.0 to recreate the this AI ad that was made 2 years ago at the time of recording this, called Pizza Nuggets. And I was obsessed with that for whatever reason. I like rewatched it over and over again. I thought it was just the funniest thing ever. And I thought, what if I take screenshots of this pizza nugget commercial? I asked ChatGPT 4.0 image editor to regenerate them to look less cursed. And then I feed those images into VO3 to then have that be the basis for video generation, which I can then download and then put into a timeline in InShot and put together a fun little recreation of pizza nuggets, but with higher quality AI video generation. I thought that'd be a fun idea, and that's what I was doing. Then my mom got me up and she wanted a dessert, so me and my sister went off to the nearest store to pick it up. And she wanted sundaes, ice cream sundaes. So we got some Neapolitan ice cream, we got some fudge, we got some nuts, and we pretty much had everything we needed. And then I wanted to watch the new Amp Lemon video that just released today called To End a Show, where Amp Lemon talks about this TV show called The Sopranos. But normally when I watch a new Amp Lemon video, I always eat something, and it's usually like fast food. And because it's been such a long time since this last video, since this was my like only cheat day for like the next 20 days, I was like, hey, let's go to whatever, fast food place is nearest to us and get something. And I'm like, all right. She was like, let's do it. So we went to nearby McDonald's. We got our items, and I got 1 quarter pounder with cheese, a medium fries, and a medium Diet Dr. Pepper. My sister ended up getting a spicy chicken sandwich and a regular chicken sandwich. And we left and drove back home. We decided to eat our dinner first while watching the new Amp Lemon video, which was very, very good. I always get excited when he releases a new video because his videos are so well presented. They're top tier. You can tell that he puts a lot of heart, soul, and energy and focus and intent behind them. Every single decision behind his videos feels so purposeful and meaningful. Like he's never on autopilot. Like if there was like a Steven Spielberg for YouTube video essays, he'd definitely be up there on that list. It's a weird comparison explanation, but that's what I thought about. But yeah, after we were done watching that, then we were watching this horrible future about how like the UK is deciding to implement like forced ID regulations where the citizens of UK need to have a digital ID if they want to use goods and services. And the excuse they give is that, oh, it's to crack down on illegal immigration. But surveilling your entire state to make sure they're legit by protecting them from a threat that they are too busy to deal with just seems a little over the top, overprotective. Seems like there's a little more of an agenda going on of power and control. So we decided to look up a video my mom wanted to show us about this. There was like a lady who was talking about how like our current economy and how things are ran is going to drastically change, and how like in the World Economic Forum all these really rich, powerful people gather and talk about wanting poor people to live in like 12-minute cities where every single aspect of their lives is monitored, because when things are monitored, then there's a certainty of what to expect of profits and income. And they basically just like a video about how if things get real bad, we'll live in like a inside out prison, and that would suck. But yeah, it was a pretty compelling video, I would say. Very sad indeed. We didn't finish it, but we got pretty close. We're like halfway through, and then when we're done, I said goodnight to my mom, my sister, and then I ended up going in my room and continued working on the pizza nugget remake commercial for like 3 hours. And after having my fill of that, I decided to brush my teeth, take my vitamins, and I'm like gonna go to sleep right now. So yeah, overall this cheat day was pretty fun. I almost forgot to mention, as we were watching the Sopranos video, I was also handed, we got like a $6 leftover or bring it home entree from Olive Garden, and we got the 5 cheese noodles that my sister originally ordered, so she split that between me and her and my mom. And then we all had ice cream sundaes as our last cheat day meal. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go to bed now. So tomorrow we're back on the diet saddle again, and we're not gonna stop until I reach, I say 145, but then my sister thinks maybe I should go with 150 because she thinks 145 might be too low for like someone like me who's like a guy who like needs as much weight as he can. So I guess I could move it up 5 pounds to 150. That would put a little pressure off and make it seem like the goalpost is super close. Well, all right, I'm going to bed now. Good night, everybody, and you have a wonderful rest of whatever time you're watching this.